Hello. Reincarnation. Have you ever met a child who seemed to know things they were never taught, or felt an unexplainable connection to a place or a person or even a time in history? And what if death isn't the end? What if you have lived before and just don't remember it? And in this video, I'll walk with you through my critical analysis of reincarnation and why I believe that when you really look at the evidence, reincarnation is not just spiritual, it's logical.
I'm Diogo Moya, the author of 2030, The New School, a story about teenagers navigating a groundbreaking new education system.
Religious perspective. Let's begin by comparing what different religions and traditions say about reincarnation. Hinduism teaches that the soul is eternal and it moves through cycles of birth, death, and rebirth, with karma determining the quality of each new life. Buddhism, they also believe in rebirth, though it teaches that there is no permanent soul, and instead, it's our thoughts and actions, meaning our karma, that ripple forward into future lives. The ultimate goal is to break this cycle through enlightenment, just like Buddha did through meditation and self-reflection. In Jainism, reincarnation is central. Like every soul is trapped in the cycle of birth and death until it becomes pure and free from all karma. Only then it can reach liberation. Spiritism, especially influential in Brazil and parts of Europe, views reincarnation as a tool for spiritual growth. Like each lifetime is an opportunity to correct past mistakes and grow in love, humility, and wisdom. Christianity has a more complex relationship with reincarnation. While most modern doctrines reject it, some early Christian groups like the Gnostics, they embrace the idea. For example, let's look at two striking passages in the Bible. And if you are willing to accept it, he is the Elijah who was to come. So some interpreted this as Jesus confirming that John the Baptist was the reincarnation of Elijah, especially since Elijah never died in the traditional sense, but was taken up to heaven. This other excerpt: as he went along, he saw a man blind from birth. His disciples asked him, "Rabbi, who sinned, this man or his parents, that he was born blind?" This suggests that the man might have sinned before he was born, which only makes sense if he had lived before. Some see this as a reference to pre-existence or reincarnation, and even if mainstream interpretations disagree. Modern scientific research. Now let's explore the science. One of the most prominent researchers on reincarnation was Dr. Ian Stevenson, a psychiatrist and professor at the University of Virginia. For more than 2 decades, Dr. Stevenson investigated over 2,500 cases of children who claimed to remember past lives. These cases came from all over the world and often included specific names, places, causes of death, and memories that were later verified by Dr. Stevenson and his staff. And what made Stevenson's work so compelling is that he followed a strict scientific method. For example, if a child's story changed, he dismissed the case. If the child couldn't repeat the memories consistently, and then he left it out. He looked for natural explanations first, ruling out fraud, coaching, or coincidence. One of his most powerful cases is that of this girl, Swarntala, in India. When she was just 3 years old, the little girl began singing songs and performing dances from a region her family didn't know. She claimed she had once lived in a small town called Katni, over 100 miles away from where they lived. She described the layout of a house, the names of her father and husband, and how she died during surgery, and even the hidden compartments in the furniture. So Dr. Stevenson and his team, they went to Katni and they found the family of a woman named Bia Pathak, who had died in 1939, 9 years before the little girl Swarntala was born. And everything matched. And when Swarntala, the little girl, met the family in person, she recognized people she had never met before and corrected them on intimate family memories. This case is published in Stevenson's book called 20 Cases Suggestive of Reincarnation. Other researchers. Other scientists like Dr. Jim Tucker and Brian Weiss have also contributed a lot to this field. Dr. Tucker continues Dr. Stevenson's work today, focusing on American children with verified memories. And Dr. Brian Weiss, a psychiatrist, popularized past life regression therapy, helping patients heal deep emotional wounds through hypnosis. My experience. Personally, I have been studying life after death, reincarnation, spirit, communication, mediumship, and channeling since I was 10 years old. In Brazil, there's a philosophy that deeply shaped me called Spiritism. Founded by Allan Kardec, a 19th century French educator, Spiritism is both spiritual and scientific. Professor Kardec, he investigated the seance phenomena, Seance was a phenomenon that was taking place in Europe in 1800, that people would report that they were seeing tables moving without a physical interference. That became really popular in the 1800s in Europe, and some scientists and researchers decided to study this phenomena, like Dr. Allan Kardec, for example. And he compiled all his research into 5 books, known as the Spiritist Codification. Spiritism teaches that reincarnation is essential for spiritual progress and that life continues in the spiritual world between incarnations. It's a worldview based on logic, experience, and compassion. More philosophies around the world. Reincarnation is also present in Kabbalah, Sufi traditions, Theosophy from Helena Blavatsky, Anthroposophy from Rudolf Steiner, the Druze faith, and many other indigenous beliefs across Africa and the Americas. Why this matters in schools? I strongly believe that topics like this should be part of the school education. Why? Because the world isn't built on just one religion or one belief system. It's built on diversity, experience, and inquiry. That's why I created a fictional future school in my book 2030, The New School, where students explore science, spirituality, and philosophy with a lot of critical thinking. Because if we start asking big questions when we are young, then we will grow up with a much deeper understanding of the world and of ourselves. And if you want to explore these ideas further and other brand new classes, check out the book. The link is in the description below. I would love to hear your opinion. I wish you a wonderful day.